Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namah. Greetings to everyone world over, all our brothers and sisters across the globe in the different continents, in different countries, in different time zones, in different wellness conditions, different frames. At the same time, wish to take a wonderful holidays wherever they can travel. Some of them are more adventurous, some of them are interested to become adventurous, but they need some kind of a guidance, input, skills, competencies, capabilities, and all that we will work on too. Today is going to be a wonderful session for nature lovers, eco lovers, adventure lovers, people those are interested to be a part of the nature, and you merge, submerge, you melt into the pot of adventure today. Because we have got a legend of the Indian adventure tourism industry when you talk about as a specific market and a segment. We have got Captain Swadesh Kumarji, the founder, Shikhar Travels, the man when you think about adventure tourism, formally having its own association, having this segment. So he's going to share his vision with us today. And we extend a very warm welcome to all of you, wherever you are. It's pleasure to have. We have been getting lots of questions from your side from time to time, where you have been asking and you are interested to know what exactly is happening in tourism post-pandemic, how we can be the part of the adventure tourism. So, ladies and gentlemen, whether you go as a tourist or you take this subject or this segment as a career, today is the day, and this is the day and the evening when you're going to enjoy career opportunities in adventure tourism as trip leaders and guides. We are going to share a couple of slides with you initially. Chamber extends you a very warm welcome. It's a pleasure to have you every day at 8 p.m. Indian Standard Time in the evening. When I look back the wonderful years gone by, Captain Swadesh Kumar, the founder of the Shikhar Group of companies, professionally as a pilot, when you take it, whether army captain or pilot captain. So he is professional as a pilot, mountaineer, environmentalist, explorer, deeply associated with the travel and tourism industry for almost last 45 years. He founded the Shikhar Travels Private Limited, which is the full-fledged destination management organization company, and it is in the business since 1979. The company is in the business of travel and tourism, and their major focus is adventure. He is going to give us a lot of input: soft adventure, hard adventure, how you can be a part of adventure. And his organization, his setup also includes climbing, trekking, and other adventure sports, adventure tourism activities. They handle all kind of clients, whether domestic tourism, inbound tourism, schools, colleges, universities, teachers, youth, those are interested to be a part of it. And Shikhar has its partners in the different part of the world, in different countries, and they keep getting the people in different time zones. Now, when I look at the industry position of Captain Swadesh Kumar, ladies and gentlemen, he is the founder, president of the Adventure Tour Operators Association of India. What a pleasure, this segment, ATOA. And he was president for almost 10 years. And at present, he is the honorary lifetime patron. He is the founder member of ICPB. When I think about ICPB, I think about Ashoka Hotel, those rooms where from the MICE industry, your meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions, and all that taking place, the apex body for promoting conferences in India. It's vice chairman for 4 years and for 2 years again. And currently, he's with the governing body of that organization. He's also with ASTA, that is the American Society of Travel Agents. He's the president of India chapter for 4 years, 2003 to 2007. And he was elected as a chair international chapter, President's Council, ICPC of ASTA, during 6 and 7, that is 2006 and 7, and served on its board. He's a great Rotarian. He enjoyed the governorship as well and deeply associated, with the organization. So, ladies and gentlemen, those of us, those are adventurous, wish to be adventurous, wish to travel length and breadth of India and other places nearby. Here is Captain Swadesh Kumar. Let's come together for adventure and let's make our youth through our education and skills relevance so that the industry gets the professionals, industry gets the trained people. And please do remember, whatever your mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. You can be a mountaineer, you can be a trekker, you can go across. We started this special series separately, although we have been doing since 1994 quite a bit of programs time to time, but they were more offline, not online, in person at different places, meeting, eating, greeting, all that taking place. But during the pandemic, right from 25th of March 2020, we started this special series on the YouTube. ICSI India is the YouTube channel. You can go on GS Motivator also. And you can enjoy 1,940 webinars totally dedicated to education, skills, and tourism. All of us, we are together. I'm pretty sure every day in the evening when we meet at 8 o'clock, we give you curtain raiser also. Tomorrow, we'll be taking you to Tamil Nadu. Excellence at workplace. And we will talk what's the importance of tourist guides, how they are important. Every Sunday, we have got 3 programs. If you recall, first program on Sunday morning, 9:30, it comes from the Woodbury University, Burbank, California, straightway. Professor Satinder Dhiman, इस संसार से आगे की यात्रा क्या है? इस संसार में जब लोगों के साथ मिलते हैं, how do we keep good relations? How do we think good for others? विद्या से अध्यात्म, विद्या की ओर, wonderful deliberations, management oriented and holistic leadership. Your health is also very important for us, and more than health, your wellness, your mental wellness, your physical wellness, your spiritual wellness, your environmental wellness. Every Sunday evening at 7 p.m., you meet a very prestigious, eminent Ayurvedist, Dr. Parmeshwar Arora. And of course, 8 o'clock, every Sunday is dedicated to non-resident Indians. We'll be getting 2 of them coming from Canada calling, and they will be talking about what all is happening in Canada. Monday evening at 8 p.m., you'll meet another legend like Captain Swadesh Kumarji today. You'll meet Subhash Goyalji, the chairman of the Strict Travels. 5th of June every year is the World Environment Day. And we are going to change the environment a day before, on the eve of the World Environment Day, that's on 4th of June, when we are going to have the strategic leadership for service industry growth, a wonderful online convention coming all the way from the world. Will get the world leaders, and we extend a very warm invitation to Captain Swadesh Kumarji also to join us and represent India along with others. So, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come. Join me in extending a very warm welcome to our own Captain Swadesh Kumar, the founder Shikhar Travels, and let's merge into career opportunities in adventure tourism as a trip leader and guide. Hearty welcome, Captain Swadesh Kumarji. It's such a pleasure to have you with us. It's always indeed a great pleasure. I would request you to kindly unmute your mic, please. And thereafter, ladies and gentlemen, we go for today's session. And here is the person of green morning and green afternoon and green evening. When I think about Canada, America, Latin America, it's a green morning. When I think about the European Union and nearby places, it's a wonderful post-lunch green afternoon. And when I think about beautiful Bharat, we have to think about green evening. Hearty welcome, Captain Swadesh Kumarji. And let's move on. Take us to the world of the adventure today. We wish to, and I'm going to enjoy the journey complimentary without paying anything to you and take a wonderful trip of adventure. Captain Swadesh Kumarji.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon to all my friends across the world. It's a pleasure and joy to be here. Major, thank you very much for your help, for inviting me to speak. You know, it's my passion to speak in terms of telling. When you talk of adventure, you talk of mountains, you talk of things. My blood actually, I becomes 2 kgs extra blood comes because I love this. You know, if I have to inspire myself, I go to the nature. If somebody comes a mountain and meets me, I say, great, and I can talk on hours together. Gentlemen and ladies, lovely talking to you each. I'm a storyteller. Let me tell you a story. And also, I'm a dream merchant. If you have a dream of something, I can convert your dream into reality. The two things are important to be a tour guide. Actually, frankly speaking, I'm also a trip leader and a tour guide, a mountaineer, like you want to become. Way back in 1969, uh, I prior to 69, I used to be senior under officer of my college. I loved camping. And before that, I was born in 1947 in a place called Kanpur in Pakistan. My parents migrated from Pakistan to India in a train, and we came to Kurkhetra and we stayed for tents in camps in tents for 5 years, 4 years. So my initiation staying in a camp is not later. It was initially when I was born. So I have a inbuilt love for camping. So this is I discovered this only while thinking very quietly in the last few years. Hey, why I'm interested in this? And I realized that when I was a kid, when I was born, but I don't remember anything about Kurkhetra camps. But I just want to share with you this small thing. My friends, I have been to the mountains since 1969 as a sportsman, as a mountaineer, as a tracker, and things like this. In 1974, I must tell you that I got a training as a mountaineer from none other than the legend Sir Mr. Tenzing Naroge, who was the first man to climb Mount Everest. I had a chance to stay with him, work with him for 1 month as I was a quartermaster of the expedition group. And I want to share with you a very interesting incident which will help you in learning. Is, as I told you, I'm a storyteller. I'm going to tell you stories now a little bit. I was a quartermaster of the food. When you go to the mountains, I don't know how many of you are mountaineers, you eat a lot of food. A lot of food you eat. You finish, you're sorry, you don't eat food at all. You're not hungry because you've been climbing up. But when you come down from the mountains, you're very hungry. You want to eat almost anything you want, you get it. Our food finished 3 days before the trek was finished. We had no food. I mean, very small meal. So I went to late Tenzing Naroge. He was the course director. I said, sir, there's no food. What can I do? Please help. He says, he opened his wallet and said, here's a wallet. Take as many as you want and buy. I said, where do I go buy? He says, you think yourself, where do you buy? I mean, I can't. It is the mountains, the jungles. How do you buy? So he said, you use your brain and think how to solve the problem. Of course, I'm also a leader. So I said, okay, thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And I went to the cooks and said, ration? Nobody will more than 2 chapatis, one, and we'll count ourselves and give. And we counted 48 hours. I have never forgotten this, that you have to learn how to live with what you have. My friends, young friends, ladies and gentlemen, just remember one thing. You get opportunities afterwards, but it was a fun. So you live with what you have got. So in the mountaineers, I'll tell you many stories on mountain climbing. It's different. Please understand, you're sitting in an air-conditioned room today in your own house. You're thinking very nicely. But when you're in the mountains, when you're doing any adventure activities, you're in a different world altogether. So anyway, coming back to reality, I did my basic course with Tenzing Saab. And in 1974, I was approached by a travel company asking me to promote climbing expeditions in the Himalayas as a sportsman. I joined. Believe me, till 1975, nobody thought of adventure tourism. It was adventure sports. And there's a thin line between adventure sports and adventure tourism. My friends, remember this. In adventure sports, you died at your funeral. You have done it. You're responsible for the action, what you do. In adventure tourism, no. You have to take safety precautions. You have to ensure that you look after the tourist. Tourist is the first. He's the first man. If the crisis happen, you have to protect him first. And then you. First is the tourist. It is your responsibility to protect and provide him. So this is the difference I found. And I had the opportunity to travel around the world as a mountaineer to promote as adventure tourism, not sports, adventure tourism. And I went to Japan. I've been to Japan almost more than 100 times, giving lectures and stuff. People there. One thing that happened was I found when I was talking about India, because the Indian mountaineers were talking of India, but when think of Himalayas all around the world, whether I went to Japan or to Europe or to USA, they only think of Nepal. It's good, great. But some of the other, I did error which I realized today, I should have promoted Nepal too, but I only focus on India. So my friends, ladies and gentlemen, you should open your mind and don't be selfish in promoting one destination. You have to promote whole world. That's the only way to survive today's world. Coming back to my carry on further, what I want to tell you is that I joined this adventure tourism business as a mountaineer in a company for 4 years. And that is the time in 1975, the Himalaya was open, especially Nanda Devi was open, and we had a huge number of expeditions. Just want to share with you a very funny thing, interesting thing. If you go to Nanda Devi area, there's a village called Rainy Village, and Lata Village. There are porters are a big problem because you can't get porters, is a huge problem. I had to have an expedition from USA with 36-member expedition came. Surprisingly, we don't accept anymore now. It's not accepted anymore. Now we don't get more than 12, but 36-member expedition came. I had a huge luggage to carry in the Nanda Devi sanctuary area. And you know what? Who carried my luggage? Goats. Goats carried luggage. You have to think of ideas. They carried 10 kg. Each goat carried 10 kg of weight, 5 kg on both the sides, and they carried the goats and they went around. I had hired 500 goats and 200 porters to carry luggage for 36 members, expedition for 11 days. So those are something. But again, I want to tell you one thing. I personally believe as a tour guide, I'm just telling you all the example stories, that you have to be part of the whole community of support team. You cannot be away. My food intake in dinner was not with the members most of the time, it was with the porters. I had enjoyed my relationship with porters because they are your lifeline. Your supporting staff is very, very important lifeline. Coming to, let me take you further on, because when you are, I have been doing a lot of climbing expeditions and stuff like this, and all was a summer business. My problem was, what too much staff does in winter? What do they do? Summer business is 90 days business was there, is not enough. So ideas came, situation came. My friends, all things, these adventures started later on. So like what we do? We do bicycling tour. I remember I went to the bicycle trip from Delhi to Agra with a gentleman from Australia, grounded price. I went to the market, bought a cycle for 250 rupees, a normal cycle, and we bought 2 cycles and went around and did a trip Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, Delhi. And it was an absolutely wonderful experience, but we learned. So we did bicycling tour, but now you can't do on highway. It's not possible. I'm talking of almost now 50 years ago, whole story. We did a bicycling tour from Delhi to Kathmandu. We did Bombay to Goa, Delhi, Agra, Jaipur, and stuff like this. Bicycling was absolutely exciting opportunity. Now your bicycling tour, you all know what's happening around. Second activity we did was a camel safari trip. What happening is in an adventure business, our situation is very clear. We have to have immersion in local communities. What is the definition of adventure tourism? 3 things are important in adventure tourism. Number 1, you need to have people, nature, and activity. If any 2 things are happening, you become adventure tourism. So in case of camel safaris, we did a camel safari. Earlier time, people used to travel from A to B place on camel's back. And I did a camel safari. I did a camel safari. I apologize for this noise, my grandchildren. We did a camel safari from Bikaner to Jaisalmer, 11 days. When you enter Jaisalmer, you enter like a big king and seeing the camel, the fort of Jaisalmer, which was very exciting to watch. So we did 3 days, 4 days, 5 days of camel safaris. It was a very beautiful experience. And the third thing we did was, We did everything. You know, for example, when in a camel safari, I want to tell you, it is a 7 days or 8 days or 10 days when you're going in a camel, you have to give stories to people. Everybody sitting in the 4 days, 5 hours. What do you do? So I used to ask, I want to tell you this. I used to ask the cameraman, give me a story of your village, of your life. And they would give me in Hindi, the language. I would translate it in English to the clients. The look, this is talking about, this is a place of Rajasthan full of bravery and you talk about the fight, things like this. So these were some of the very exciting things that happened. So this is what I had. Storytelling was very important to tell people. And the third thing we did was on a river, we did sailing down the Ganges on Allahabad to Banaras. Is a 4 day trip we did. So we did sitting in a country boat. Please understand, now things have changed. I'm talking of 50 years ago, there was everything was, it was a sport. So we did a trip on boat. So we took local boats. Our cooks were one boat, members were another boat, and we did trip. And we stayed for, where do we stay for a night? On a bank of and near the village, where people go and walk through the village and see how the village life is taken. All this is so important and so crucial, my friends, that you have to be creative. You have to think of how to do it and how to keep local communities also happy, because no use of taking adventure activities and every money you take it home. It has to be percolated in the local communities where they earn by terms of helping you as a guide, as a porter, as a artisan. You can buy their stuff like this. And another very beautiful thing apart from is this Northeast. Northeast has been a very, very beautiful area. I just want to share you with the North. I'm giving you all the story about my past experiences at Northeast. In 1986, Northeast was open. There were absolutely nobody had ever gone before, and we were the first to go. And there were no hotels. Only tourist bungalows used by the government was there. Problem was one, that if you go to the tourist bungalow and stay for a night and the government official came, you have to vacate the rooms. So we had no choice but to carry tents with us and camping equipment with us. So there were government open 3 different circuits. We started going it, and it was a very beautiful experience. One time I was leading a group. I'm a trip leader, and I was passing Ghat to Dibrugarh on a Brahmaputra river. And believe me, there's no bridge. So you have to have a local boat. In the local boat, my whole group was there, and it got stuck in between the Brahmaputra and a sandbank. So we have to jump from the boat to push the boat. Can you imagine our experience of pushing a boat in the river? It's exciting. So we pushed the boat, but unfortunately it went so smooth, fast, that I was almost down in the river water, because I had to just catch my hand to the boat. So it is very different, very interesting experiences in life. As a tour guide, you get it. My friends, so Northeast has another very good area, and I think we need to understand one thing. There's some of the stories. I started Shikhar Travel back in 1917, 40 years ago, and we are very lucky, very fortunate. But please understand one thing. So we had a problem in terms of nobody talked about us. All activities of adventure activities in this country, in India, are in the far-flung areas of the Himalayas or the desert, or this where safety is important. The army was playing a big role. You have to home ministry and stuff like this. So we felt that we need to communicate with the government. So way back at about 30 odd years ago, we formed an association for Adventure Tour Operation of India. I had the opportunity to be the founding president, and we have a very strong team. Ajit Bajaj and some of other people joined together. And we had this association, which was actually represent this country's adventure fraternity. So, my friends, coming to as a trip leader, as a good one, you have a huge opportunity in the business. Everybody in the country is talking about adventure tourism. Tourism is an absolutely important word. And I'm going to share with you some of the salient features as a trip leader. And adventure tourism involves traveling to remote and often challenging locations where individuals can engage in thrilling activities such as hiking, rock climbing, whitewater rafting, wildlife safaris, and more. As a trip leader and guide, your role is crucial in ensuring the safety and enjoyment of participants throughout their adventure. Just remember, this is the important thing. Let's go to the role of a trip leader and a guide. Your primary focus will be on providing a safe and memorable experience, while also imparting knowledge about the destination, culture, history, and natural surrounding. I want to share with you one thing important. Adventure tourism is not a cut and paste story. You have to know the area. I want to tell you, I did a wildlife, so I did a tribal tour. I did a tribal tour in Orissa. I'm talking again many years ago, and I went on a tribal tour to see the actual location of people who are staying, the tribes are staying. I went to the very primitive tribes, and believe me, in one tribe, Bonda tribe, where the still exchange, there's no money exchange. You give nuts and you get vegetable, you go this and this, they interchange stuff like this. And they were living in a different world altogether, but not now. Now things have changed because of the television and education and stuff like this. So, but I had actually to do the trip myself. Same thing I did Andaman Nicobar Islands. I went around. You have to see. If you can't see, if you don't have not seen my friends, you can't sell. You can't operate. As a trip leader, you must have experience. My company, for example, in Shikar, if you have a tour leader, he goes first as an assistant guide, then a guide. At least he must have been to the route for 3 times before 4th time he goes as independent guide and trip leader, because safety is concerned, information is concerned, and stuff like this. And so qualification skill is very important. He must have a passion for adventure. You cannot be a qualified trip leader and adventure and you don't have passion. You have to have passion for adventure. Your strong communication skills and interpersonal skills are also crucial in terms of communicating with diverse background of culture people. Furthermore, you should possess excellent leadership ability, as you'll be responsible for managing groups and making quick decisions and unpredictable situations. Just remember, if there's a problem, you're the last to leave. You cannot be first to leave. You have to last to leave. This is absolutely crucial. You cannot. And second question, you must not send one person alone. You person cannot go alone in adventure activity. You have to send somebody along with him. The 2 persons must go down in the mountains, in the treks, in the anything you do, there should be 2 people. This is some of the thought I just shared with you. And another problem is training and certification. Is a very tough one, very difficult one. Unfortunately, we in India or Nepal or in all these countries, we do not have any in training other than mountaineering and trekking. Water sports or aero sports still is in the stage where we're learning, guides are learning. But in mountain climbing, we all have a basic course and advanced course in the premier institutes of the country, HMI Darjeeling or NIM and stuff, Uttarkashi, Sikkim and stuff. Abroad also, you have most of the travel companies run adventure courses, trekking courses and stuff like this training. So now it's getting a better. It is important that you must have a training of some skill in a certification for this. But coming to this, as certification is concerned, attending programs such as equip you necessary knowledge and skill, safety, participation, and additionally certified from recognized bodies and credibility of the professional profile, etc., helps you get a better job. Now, another very important thing is job responsibilities. As a trip leader, you must have. As a trip leader and a guide, your responsibility may vary depending on the specific tour of adventure activities. However, some common tasks include, just want to share with you in the here, interruption for a minute. There are 31 adventure activities which are in the, you can see from the, if you open a website of Adventure Tour Operator Association of India, there is a Indian Adventure Tourism Guidelines. In the guidelines book, there are 18 land-based tours, 6 air-based tours, and 7 water-based tours. There are 31 different verticals. You please go through it. Each has got been very nicely done. Is there a equipment required, standard operating procedure, documentation, inspection, emergency rescue, basic minimum standard. Everything is given over here. I would like to do. If you are becoming a guide, you must see this book. I don't know how can I show you, but I don't know how. I don't know this one. Okay, you can see it. Okay,
We could see. We could see.
lovely. Thank you. Okay. Now, the job responsibility conducting thorough pre-trip research. So, as I mentioned to you, your job is you must thoroughly conduct a pre-trip research and preparation, ensuring the safety of participants throughout the tour. Example, providing guidance and instruction on adventure activities. You have to guide them. For example, when you have a group, before you leave, you must check equipment of each participant. Does he have a right equipment with him? And but his safety is important. His carabiners are his all the equipment which is required should be properly checked. Managing logistics and such as accommodation, transportation, and meals, etc. You know, another thing I want to tell you now, it is a better. For example, you have a group and you have forgotten to carry sugar. Your sugar is finished in the mountains on this second camp 2 and 3. Imagine you have to cancel your expedition. You can't. You need sugar to eat. You need food to have. So you have to ensure that your food is nicely calculated, properly calculated, and should go with you. So you have, as a trip leader, you have to be. You cannot ration the food as I did it and as a camp commander, because that it is a tourism and not sports. So you have to remember this word. You need to share the knowledge about the destination, history, culture, environment. You should know all this information, handling emergencies and addressing any challenges they have, creating a positive atmosphere with the group, and facilitating team building activities if it is a part of your job. Now, destination. I want to tell you, Nepal is the most famous adventure destination in terms of land-based. New Zealand is another destination. Costa Rica, South Africa, Canada, India is we have a huge opportunity in India, 12 months destination. Where can you get a job as a carrier? Where you can get a job as a carrier? You can work with a tour operator like my company. Many adventure tour operators hire trip leaders and guides to lead their tours across various destinations. These operators cater to a wide range of adventure activities and offer opportunities to work with domestically and international. For example, I have a group to Kilimanjaro. So one of my staff will lead this group to Mount Kilimanjaro. We never did it before, but now in India, we're also doing outbound because that is the need of the hour. Outbound educational programs, school, colleges. We do a lot of school groups for school children. Hundreds of my company did last time prior to COVID, almost 2,500, 3,000 students in per year. So education, please understand, young friends, use a huge opportunity for school groups. Huge. It's not a competition. It's just lying there. You have to go and pick up the business. So outdoor education programs are there. And then you do specialized adventure companies. For example, you have deep sea diving. This company does only deep sea diving. Bungee jumping. They only do bungee jumping. They don't know anything. Shikhar Travel, my Dutch company, does all 3, 4 things. We get it done from these specialized agencies. But bungee jumping company will do only bungee jump. And rafting company will do only rafting. And for example, parasailing will be only parasailing. Deep sea diving will be deep sea diving. So you can join whatever the interest is. You can join all these companies. And you can self-employment. If you're a good guide, you can start works your own. You can make a huge network of connections and make friends and take them good for a trek or for a journey by air, by sea, whatever you like. As there's a company, you can do a jeep safari trip from Delhi to London. You can do that today. It's exciting. You can see so many things that can be done. One advice I want to give you on this. Never join a company which is very big. If you join a company which is very big, you're only doing one job. That is a job, you're doing same day, tuck. And if you join a very small company where you have no chance of growth, please join a medium-sized company. Where you get a chance of product development, you have a chance of marketing, where you get a chance of selling, you have a chance of operating, you have a chance of actually escorting the tour. This is what you want. This is your passion. So my advice to each one of you, and then you once learn, believe me, you can start your own company. I must tell you one thing, and I'm very proud very happy. Shikhar Travel, my company, in the business for almost now over 44 years. There are more than 30 companies established by my ex-staff. They're doing extremely well. I'm very proud. Another 30 to 40 people have joined other companies where they're providing the best support. So, my friends, you must learn and go. Why I'm happy, I must tell you, because the time they stayed with me, they gave me the best of their ability, the young age and everything they gave me. I'm very proud of them. Of course, people have a right to go, and people must go and expand. Like a bird must fly. You can't put a bird in a cage. You cannot put a mountaineer in a cage. It's as simple as this. You cannot put a adventure, explorer like me in a cage. I will die. So this is how it is very important. Sorry, my friends. So self-employment and freelancing, benefit and challenges. Of course, if you want a trip guide, you have a passion, you can fulfill. You want to go around the world. I did climbing. No, I climbed many mountains I couldn't afford, but I was a professional. I was getting money out of it. What happened? Can you hear me, sir?
It's going on very well. Going on very well. We all are enjoying.
Good. Okay. So passion. So it's a question of travel and exploration. You get a chance to travel around the world. Very nice. Then you have personal growth, pushes you out. You're growing your adventure tourism pushes you out of your comfort zone and allowing personal growth in areas such as leadership, problem solving, communication, and so forth. And there's some challenges. I would like to say physical demand. You must be physically fit. Responsibility and safety. You must learn how to play everything safe. And then flexibility and adaptability. You must learn to be flexible, work-life balance. And I think these are some of the challenges, my friends. And God willing, you have a huge opportunity to become a senior trip leader, senior trip leader, destination specialist, operation manager, entrepreneurship, and so forth. So you get a good salary, good money, you earn good money. I think instead of money, I will go say you get a personal satisfaction. And personal growth and fulfillment is the most important thing, self-discovery, and you learn a lot. And these days, industry trends, I must tell you, adventure tourism is dynamic industry that continuously evolves to meet the changing preferences and needs of travelers. Some of the current industry trends to be aware of, very important for you, my friends. Sustainability and responsible tourism is the word now. During my time when I started my career with you, there was no sustainability, no responsibility. We're just going on and on and on, not anymore. You cannot leave a small rubbish on the base camp. Anywhere you can throw it away. You will be punished. In terms of business, not only business, you will also punish yourself because you can't spoil Mother Earth. And customize and unique experiences. Everybody wants a wellness and mindless adventure and technology. Oh, technology integration is so important. At one time when I was doing this business, my friends, I used to go place to place for asking a business. Now, Facebook, Instagram, email, everything is available. You can display your product to the world, and you may be lucky. You don't have to travel. Of course, there's no shortcut to travel. You have to travel to get business, but it is easy for you to talk, to communicate with people. And with these words, I wish you wonderful success. I'm always available. Dr. Gul Sharma can give you my email address. I'm very excited to talk to any of you when you want career, education, you want any guidance, support. I'll be your consultant, your mentor. I want as many people as possible to enter this business. But remember one thing, sustainability, you must work with complete faith and respect the Mother Earth. Whatever you're doing, whether doing is water sports, air sports, this one. And you must follow the safety guidelines for God's sake. You cannot, and you must not play with life of others. Of course, accident can take place anytime. I'm not saying so, but you must take precautions and take all the safety guidelines. No shortcut and no compromise on safety. No shortcut. You cannot, not because if I'm selling a trip for $10 and you're selling for you want to beat me and be about $5 and reduce the price and compromise safety. Please don't do this. With these words, I wish you good luck, and I hope you're successful a trip leader and a guide, and And God bless you and thank you very much.
Such a wonderful and a powerful and a informative session, Captain Sudeshji. It was mind blowing. I mean, today you gave us so many wonderful inputs and many things which I didn't know about you. Today you have disclosed right from 1969 onwards, and it's amazing, amazing. And two things initially, what you mentioned, storyteller and dream merchant. These
Of
two words
course.
were used initially. Now, people are very happy. There are more compliments than questions. Somebody had five, six questions, but by the time you have come with the flow, they say most of my questions have been answered by him. Now, there are few things which we would like to share with you. I
Okay.
think you have got a resort in Uttarkashi also somewhere.
Yes, I have a resort in
Tell us something about it.
okay. Gulshanji, what happened was many years ago, I wanted to make a camp. I opened an office in Gangtok, or opened an office in Joshimath. Then I opened, they didn't succeed because business was not so much. And Joshimath office had to close because Nanda Devi Sanctuary was closed. So I moved to Uttarkashi, where Gangotri Basin is and Gangotri National Park is. And this is a beautiful area on the Bengal River Ganges. We only believe in Swiss cottage tents, no construction, only tents, no television, no phone, nothing. Just basic with this attached bath and a lot of the comfort called Shikhar Nature Resort, which is doing extremely well. And is a season for about 90 days, starting from April end to April, May, June. July, August is a lean season, and September, October, and then November is we have to close down because due to wind. Government is, I don't know why government is not opening this whole Gamok area in the whole winter months. I don't know why, but anyways, close, so we have to close. But this is very exciting. I'm very happy for that.
Wonderful. Okay. So this is Uttarkashi, which you told, and it's a Shikhar Nature Resort. Okay, great.
Yes,
Great.
yes,
Now, April, May, June, you mentioned. Second part, although you told that before pandemic, you have been dealing with the schools and children and
yes,
teachers, educators. Now, when we talk about skills to be integral part of education, and also there is a discussion and deliberations going on that domestic tourism should be integral part of our curriculum and our education, because art, craft, culture, dances, music, cuisine, souvenirs, and greenery, wildlife, nature, all that whatsoever you are experiencing in every child, when we talk about, nothing could be better than children doing a case study and activity with nature, with adventure tourism. Now, please give your vision. How do you feel that adventure tourism to be integral part of school education and curriculum?
Dr. Gulshan is very interesting to ask raising a question. Many years ago, I was invited by the World Tourism Organization under Mr. Ramesh Chandra. I was one of his consultants, and I was working in Nagaland for marketing activities. And I visited all the 9 districts of Nagaland, and he went to each district. And I was amazed and shocked to know that people have not visited from A to B village, A to B district. District 1, nobody, they have not even, children have not even gone to another district. And then, of course, Nagaland is such a beautiful destination, and I loved it. I mean, I'm not going to the Nagaland destination, but I want to tell you what I suggested to the government was very simple. Please open one school, say they should visit the next district for a day trip or overnight trip. And they should hire a local tour operator. So you're giving an employment opportunity to the local tour operator, plus bringing 100 children to the other side, show them other area what is happening in the world as a tourist. To add on here, way back in 1969, I was invited to be a member of Delhi Mountaineering Association. I'm the life member. 1969, my friends. Captain M.S. Kohli was founder president of the DMA, Delhi Mountaineering Association. I was invited. I went there, and I did my first trek, 1970, from Chamba to Burma area and Jammu to Manali via Kupti Pass. I have not forgotten every incident. I've not forgotten. I was the first man in my life. I went to see my snow for the first time in my life.
Wow.
You know, Interesting thing, but what I want to point out to you is that charges were 800 and 900 rupees per person, because I'm talking of now centuries ago. 800 was a lot of money. Out of 400 rupees were paid by the Delhi government, and 400 was paid by us. The Delhi government, the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi at that time, or you could go to the government of Delhi and tell them we're a Delhi Mountaineering Association, please fund. They were giving 50% of the cost of the trip to us. So what I'm trying to say is let the government spend, give money to the schools. I'm not saying give free, 50% cost or 75% cost, and they should take school children to go. A huge movement is very important. Many activities. At present, what is happening? Big schools where the money is not a problem, school children go on the actual activities. But the school children from MCD or government schools don't go anywhere because they don't have money. So my recommendation to you from my side would be, as a tour operator, will be that the government should open up. Tell every school it is a duty to take the group for a day excursion, overnight excursion, and use a local operator who is from the state, who's from the district or the city, because he has a responsibility. Let the money remain. Let everybody earn money.
Yes.
So don't give it to the corporate. One company does everything. No. So this is what my suggestion is. So and I have another suggestion to Indian Mountaineering Foundation. I told them, as a suggestion was, let's go. Each school should have a adventure club. Adventure club is a must. For example, let me tell you, St. Stephen College has an adventure club. Many schools have adventure, many colleges have adventure clubs. And these children go adventure. You join adventure club and you go around with them. So my humble advice to this country, schools, education system is don't call adventure club, call travel club. Forget about adventure. Make it travel club. And this club will have, and please understand, take advantage of people like us. Will give you support, guide you, help you to prepare things. Take advantage. This is what I'm telling you. Take advantage of the industry. They will be very happy to give it.
Very nice, very nice. When you have given this particular lead, there was a slogan and there was a package which Government of India, Ministry of Tourism gave during the pandemic.
Yes.
Dekho apna desh.
Yes.
When we say Dekho apna desh, and a lot of people took advantage of that, traveling to 15 destinations.
Yes.
When you made a mention in 1986, the Northeast was opened up.
Yes.
When you made a mention. So I mean to say, if the Dekho Apna Desh scheme continues, whether pandemic or no pandemic, whether COVID or no COVID,
Sure.
I mean, we have picked up, we have learned a lot of new things. I do not know what exactly is the status now of Dekho Apna Desh, because it is a momentum. It is something very nice which you have given, travel club, adventure club, all that. How do you look at Dekho Apna Desh when we talk about, and children from schools, colleges, institutions, and even there is a tourism and hospitality sector skill council under the aegis of the Ministry of Skill Development and Entrepreneurship, Government of India. Why not? बच्चों की hesitation निकल जाएगी, झिझक निकल जाएगी. Children will be more adventurous. Children will be more risk-taking, because coming from the armed forces, when I look at the whole adventure with the green uniform, the jungle warfare, survival, travel, whatever you're doing. So how do you look at, do you feel that Dekho Apna Desh should increase the momentum rather to slowly and gradually close it because the COVID has gone? How do you look at it?
I think any moment of, I must salute our Prime Minister very honestly, that he started telling people that you please go see the 15 destinations in the country. He told the NRIs abroad, say, hey, bring 5 foreign tourists to India and stuff like this. I think if the government listens, and for example, look, there was a scheme you can have a local government employees can travel under LTC. And only the few travel companies can do LTC, that is government approved, government owned companies. Forget about it. Open up now. Open up now and say, okay, anybody, any school, anybody can open up now. You can go and subsidize it. I think it's a very crucial thing, very important. I'm not saying you open up in a sense, but you say, okay, hey, for example, I give you an example. I say, I'm a travel company. You please, I will bring 1,000 students to area. You subsidize it. There's a fixed price by the government and you subsidize it. What's the problem? Something can be done, some method can be done, but just your point that we must keep on pushing domestic market to a next level and not close it over here. It is absolutely very important for me. My company did a mistake. I'm not doing domestic market for many, many years. And the COVID taught us a lesson. No, you cannot ignore the domestic market. So my whole focus has shifted to domestic market now. Money is here. Why not? So in fact, what I do, Gulshan ji, is that my trips are combined with a fully guided expedition where Indian mountaineers and international mountaineers join together and climb the mountain.
Wow.
Similar, you can do the same thing. You can bring school groups. Say, okay, 100 school children coming from Sri Lanka or from Nepal or from USA or from anywhere. And these 100 children can join 100 children. In fact, I did it many years ago. There was a Royal Geographical Society in UK. I'm the member of the Fellow of the Royal Geographical Society. They brought 135 children. Mine, again, that time you're not allowed to climb anymore like this, but it was 135 for them. 75 children came from UK, another 25, 30 from India, 105, 135, I don't remember, many years ago, they went and climbed Mount Stockcongree together. There was imagine what impact it has got on that.
Great, wonderful.
And I think we should encourage such activities.
Great. There's a gentleman who has joined from Tamil Nadu, and he's Arumugam Srinivasan. He says, okay, I'm proud to share with Captain Swadesh Kumar ji that I was the in charge of Adventure and Mountaineering Club in Scenic School in Jamnagar and Nagarota, Jammu.
Oh, nice. Excellent. Excellent.
And, you know, it's something very nice. Okay. Now, over here, one more question comes. What do you have special for non-resident Indians, NRIs? Because that is one of our focus areas.
Correct. I think what's happening is, let me tell you, even my company is also trying very hard to approach NRIs. Okay. Because I feel it is our duty to bring these NRIs. What's happening is people who went in 50s and 60s, their children, they are in the age of 17, 18, 20, 25. They have to be brought to India. I think what's happening is that some of the NRI tour operators who are very influential in the area that over, they have to be motivated to bring people over here. At present, we'll be very happy to welcome NRIs to come over here and do a trip, any adventure activity trips. And as our association, for example, Adventure Tour of India, will be delighted to support anyone you like. There are many companies who are very happy to support them. I would say this way very clearly that we need now some of the other, your organization can do it, to bring a set of sample programs for the NRI market, which should be circulated to the NRI market and say, here are the programs, which is very easy to get, it's not a big deal. And let's motivate youngsters to come to India. I'm with you, I can support the gentleman who's asked this question. We can work together on this.
Great, great. That's really very nice to hear. It's from Canada.
Yes, lovely.
Yeah, and Parash, you mentioned that you got all the question answered earlier, and now you have given suggestion. Every child should be provided with all opportunities, and government support should be focused on promotion of adventure tourism in various educational sectors.
Correct.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir, for that.
So before we close the session, 3 takeaways which I am going to discuss with you. Number 1. I would make a humble request to you, to the Adventure Tour Operators Association, and you as a leader. Let us take up with the Ministry of Tourism, Government of India, that Dekho Apna Desh. Yes. Momentum should be accelerated instead of thinking this, that the COVID has got now over and let it taper it and let it close it. That is first part. I would request you. Secondly, for the cultural linkages and youth linkages, let's take some students and teachers from North India to Northeast and from Northeast to North India. That is the way, if we work out a strategy, that certain principals, teachers, students, they should be taken to Northeast part of India. And
Sure.
visit Northeast children, students, teachers, and youth, they should be brought to northern part of India, exchange
Yes.
kind of a program, and let there be a more of a soft adventure components in that.
Sure. Sure. Of course.
And I extend two invitations to you today after having these deliberations with you, some ideas which have come to mind. Let me organize from the chamber side about 200 to 300 principals together of different schools where you address on adventure tourism, bring the proper awareness. What exactly can we do? We can do a Zoom session also, or we can do a program in Delhi as well. There is no problem. I'll speak to one of the presidents for the principals and let me talk to her. Let's organize a special program for school principals and
Good.
we work out on that. Secondly,
Sure.
we extend you a very warm welcome on 4th of June. That's on the eve of the World Environment Day, because adventure is nature, adventure is close to nature, adventure is a part of nature, and you use something very interesting at the beginning of the program. Whenever you want to get inspired, you go to nature. That is the sentence you used initially. As a good student, I have taken down the notes.
But there's a fact. Gulshan.
Yeah, when you mention about it, that to get an inspiration and to get inspired, you go to nature. Great. So on 4th of June, we extend you a very warm welcome with the global leaders. Those are coming from world over, from different areas, that you share your vision for 10-15 minutes with regard to adventure part of India, how to go by. That was coming to my mind. With the NRIs, we will certainly take up separately and we'll work out. Ladies and gentlemen, world over, wherever you are, I'm pretty sure I have become more adventurous after attending today's program. And I wish I should take a trip to Uttarkashi. I should go to the resort and I should enjoy the Shikhar Nature Resort. At the same time, when he mentioned, please go through the Adventure Tour Operators Association web portal, where he has given something wonderful to all of us. Yes, please go through that, and he is showing it to you. So he mentioned there are 18 land-based tours. He mentioned 6 air-based tours and 7 water-based tours, and 31 of them, which he made a mention over there. That is fantastic. I personally feel we all should go through that. And that is something very, very interesting. With these words, ladies and gentlemen.
Just, sorry, 1 minute. This is called www.atoai.org.
Okay, .org. Okay.
Yes.
So we repeat it for the benefit of everybody, and I'll also correct myself, is www.atoai.org.
Correct.
That is the kind of a website what we have got. That means Adventure Tour Operators Association of India, if I correctly expand the form.
Correct.
Okay. And something amazing which we have got today. I think it's my plate is full as far as adventure part is concerned. I've learned a lot this morning, this afternoon, this evening with all my friends from the world over. And let's take this journey forward with Captain Swadesh Kumar. Thank you very much. Our deep gratitude and thanks to you, sir. Thanks for coming, and we look forward getting you in future as well. Stay fit, stay fine, take a trip, travel as much as you can, and we meet tomorrow in the evening.